There really isn't. And whatever coaches they bring in to try and make this team into a winner,
Shannon Gailey has actually done a decent job. Surprisingly.
They're 3-10, but they've had some brutal losses.
And to basically just not have a major meltdown.
Well, look at it this way. They got a talented.
They got talent on offense.
They got a talented quarterback, smart kid.
Right.
I mean,
Harvard boy.
He was a Harvard kid. All right. He's known.
What about the running backs?
C.J. Spiller.
All right.
All right.
Number one pick.
All right. Fred Action Jackson from Coe College.
Right.
All right. You got
what college?
Coe College.
I see.
Little Coe College.
A couple receivers from the U, don't you?
Coke
Lee
College,
Evans.
Lee Evans. And
I thought you said Coke College, like the drink.
That'd be awesome. Anyway.
Well, there is Colgate.
I think they have another receiver from the U there, don't they?
Is it Steve Johnson?
No.
No. Let me say this. If Jim Kelly was going to be the general manager of this football team, if Jim Kelly was going to come back and say, listen, you're going to be the general manager of this football team, you know what?
Look it up. I know it is. Look it up.
He would make the Bills into at least a decent side in the AFC.
Well, here's the thing about Buffalo. Their defense is playing well. I mean, they've lost some real brutal. Did they lose 3 overtime games in a row?
Yes.
By 3 points?
Yep.
And 2 of them they got screwed by the refs.
And 1 was by God.
Yeah, Stevie Johnson.
I had to put it in there. I'm sorry.
They lost the Raven game. They lost the Pittsburgh game. Games they should have won. Both of them in overtime. And I know they lost another overtime game in there by 3 points also.
Now, Mike, you're just talking to me about Buffalo having a guy from Miami.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that Roscoe Parrish isn't the idea. That's the guy, really?
Roscoe Parrish from the U.
Parrish.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. They have talent on offense. They have talent.
Okay, and they got, I mean, you cannot deny the skill of a man who's probably going to end up being one of the better safeties in the AFC East. Jairus Burton.
Yeah.
Very talented. Second year man out of Oregon.
This is where you start to become a
you got to build around these guys, and I really honestly think the Buffalo Bills, the way that they've been playing this year, they've got the talent.
They've
now build around it, and you will win.
All right, let's move on. I still think Buffalo will probably finish like 5-11. We got Detroit and Green Bay. Rodgers. You know, Green Bay wasn't doing anything on offense even before Rodgers got hurt. That game was nothing late in the first half when Rodgers took that hit to the back of the head on a scramble. He's got to learn how to slide. I mean, he got hit. Detroit, a big win, or I should say a big loss for Green Bay.
Yep.
On a weekend where they could have tied Chicago. We'll get to that game. But 7-3. And then here's the thing. 3rd and 1. Late in the game, the last minute.
Right.
They're almost in the red zone.
Yeah.
This kid who's a quarterback who replaced Rodgers.
Matt Flynn from LSU.
What are they doing having him go back and throw twice when you could have run the ball twice?
Because they can't run.
This backup quarterback wasn't doing anything. And he threw a big pick early in the 3rd quarter when they had a chance to take a 10-0 lead and threw a big pick in the red zone.
This team going into the season was quite two-dimensional. Ryan Grant's a good running back.
And Ryan Grant got hurt.
Aaron Rodgers is good.
Ryan Grant went out for the year.
Ryan Andrews got out for the year. One-dimensional. Aaron Rodgers, he's out this week, out next week.
How about the tight end?
Jermichael Finley.
You got it. Out for the year.
Look,
and of course you go by, but their defense played good with the injuries.
With Aaron Rodgers out, this team is, I don't know if you've ever heard.
Pedestrian.
I never heard of it, but there's 0 dimensions. You can't win with this team.
When you lose your best tight end, you lose your best running back, now you lose your quarterback.
Exactly.
And Rodgers is, I think, in the top tier.
And the offensive line.
Just below Brady and Manning.
And it's still the same problem that they had last year. Okay? Their offensive line needs to be able to block better. And it's because Aaron Rodgers, now, yes, credit Aaron Rodgers, he got hurt on a scramble.
Right.
Okay?
On a run.
But let's be honest here. A quarterback who's hurt
Second time he's been concussed.
Who's been hurt like Aaron Rodgers, you got to look into protecting him better.
Right.
Plain and simple. I don't care how he hurt it. I know he scrambled twice to get the 2 concussions. I know that. But you still got to protect him because of what he did.
Well, when you have Driver and Jennings, you don't have to flood the secondary with receivers. You've got good receivers out there, so you can max protect.
Well, yes, you can.
So I don't understand why he's a second, and he's gotten batted around a couple times.
I'm just saying you need to get a little better protection for him just so he doesn't get hit at all. Like
that's a brutal loss playing against Detroit.
Yeah, it is.
You get,
but like you're
a division loss. The Bears have already swept Detroit. There's a tiebreaker right there that's in the Bears.
When I saw the report Aaron Rodgers done for the game, I'm like, wow, the Packers are going to lose this game now, and it was, and that's right.
But 7-3. I mean, it's not like one score and they win that game, And Rodgers, he's up in the air this week against New England. At New England, we'll get to that Thursday, but that's a big loss for. That's a big win for the Giants and the Eagles, and even Tampa, seeing that happen, and especially the Bears.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that game is still looming at the end of the year. Green Bay hosting the Bears. So we'll see.
Better say, Dan, why don't you read up a game for us?
Well, I'm going to have to laugh at this one because it should have been advantage Bears.
Ooh.
It should have been advantage Bears due to the weather. That monster snowstorm that came to Soldier Field.
That's football.
That is football, but unfortunately it was Patriots 36, Chicago Bears 7.
Patriots are used to that weather.
True, but that's a Chicago weather. Yeah. Why should New England be used to Chicago?
I can't believe that.
Because they've been playing in snowstorms up in New England. How many playoff games against the Colts or whatever? That weather doesn't bother me. They are a cold weather team too.
Yeah.
He's on top of his game.
What I don't get is how you can throw the football in that wind, in that weather, 40 times, and Tom Brady throws it for 370 yards.
Because it's Tom Brady.
Touchdowns. It's Tom Brady.
Throwing to Branch, throwing to Welker.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
The defense played superb.
Okay. Throwing to Hernandez.
Yeah, Brady spreading the ball around.
Yep.
Branch with 8, Welker with 8, Gronkowski with 5.
Yep.
Hernandez 2 catches, Woodhead with 2, Tate with 2. Tom Brady spreads the ball.
It's unbelievable.
Tom Brady.
He really spreads it out.
I'm sorry, if you could consider.
You get those kind of players, you can spread it out.
If you could compare, who would be the comparison, let's say about 20 years ago? If you could compare Tom Brady with any quarterback who was great 20 years ago, easily, Joe Montana. It's got to be. Wouldn't you say?
I don't.
Yeah.
He's a guy better than Montana.
A guy that spreads the ball around and helps his team win.
Montana had Rice.
And Brady had Moss.
But
for a year.
But still though, I mean, Montana did something with Jerry Rice so many times, hooking him up, and he also who was the running back?